So for most of you, I imagine you're probably going to be doing engagements soon. The weather's getting nice. Trees are starting to come back to life. There's color again. And it's about that time for like engagement photos for like everyone to happen. It's going to be picking up really soon. So I thought I would make this video to kind of prepare you guys and to help you guys out who haven't done their engagement session yet and are getting ready for it. So we're going to be talking about different ways to prepare yourself for your engagement session. All right, so once again, we're going to be talking about how to prepare for your engagement session. So guys, honestly, it's very normal to feel nervous or to not know what to do. I mean, honestly, I hear it all the time. Most couples are like, we've never had photos done professionally. All we do are take selfies or hand somebody a phone. So most people don't have the experience. It's not like something they have happen all the time to them. So they're nervous. They don't know what to expect. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what to do. That's perfectly normal. Don't feel strange or freak out about it. Some of the most common things people worry about, I don't know if I would rank them or not, but one of the things people worry about is, their outfits. Like, okay, what do we wear to this? Do we just wear our normal outfits that we'd wear like going out to a date? Is there anything we need to worry about? Where are we going to do this? Is there a certain place that looks really good? Here's the big one. We're not photogenic. We're not good in photos. We're really awkward. We've never had a good photo. I've heard that so many times from people, and I don't know if they're just like BSing or if they really believe it, but it's so funny. I hear people say that all the time. And then, we do their photos and they look wonderful. They look great. They look so good together. And like, I don't know if it's just people being super judgmental of themselves or what, but people say that all the time. I don't know how to pose. I don't know how to stand. We just look really weird and people want to look natural. So these are some of the problems people run into. And guys, I will say, if you are freaking out about something, ask your photographer. Ask them, like, what should we do this? Should we do that? What should we wear? And they should have an answer for you. They should be able to help you out and kind of tell you something. But I'm here to help you as well. And so that's kind of what we're going to go through, or some of those things that I mentioned, plus a bunch of other random stuff. So let's start with outfits. And this actually somehow managed to probably be the longest amount of stuff. The first thing, guys, you don't want anything super distracting, So like neon colors would be super distracting, if you do. So my youngest son played his first t-ball game yesterday and their jerseys were like highlighter yellow. And I guess it's good because you can see them from anywhere, but it's very distracting. I mean, it's hard to like look at them and not look at the jerseys because it is so bright. So the same thing goes with your clothes. If you're wearing like just super bright, crazy colors, it's going to kind of distract people when they look at the photos. Same thing with like graphics. Now, if you have a giant graphic on a t-shirt or shirt, people are going to look at that versus looking at other things. Oh, it just got bright outside. I don't have my camera set to adjust. We'll be okay if I'm overexposed. Anyway, and same thing with some patterns. There's some patterns, especially with guys in like plaid shirts, just different checkered board type look. If it's really small, actually when you take photos of that, it can cause an issue and kind of some distortion. I would also suggest you aren't like matching. This isn't like that family photo where the kids are wearing the exact same color and everything. I would not match. Exactly, because that looks kind of weird. You can wear different layers and accessories. And the cool thing about that is, it's almost like you have multiple outfits because once you change. So if I'm wearing a hat, I take my hat off. Now I look different. If I'm wearing a scarf, I take my scarf off. I look different. I'm wearing a jacket. I take my jacket off. And so, with those layers and accessories, you have like 6 different looks built into one without actually having to change your clothes. That's pretty cool. What I would suggest overall is like 2 to 3 outfits. But again, talk to your photographer. They may only allow 1. They may allow 4. Who knows? But, one like pretty classy, pretty dressed up one. And then one that's more I'm not saying casual. Like I probably wouldn't wear this, but something not like super duper dressed up, something more who you are, I guess. Another big thing, guys, you want to feel comfortable and you want to like the way you look. So try on all the outfits, look at yourself in the mirror, and if you don't like the way you look, you're going to remember that during the photos. So like if it makes my butt look big, when they're taking photos and I'm wearing this, I'm going to be thinking, oh, my butt's going to look huge. Oh, man. So find clothes that you like the way they look, so you're not like being super just like, oh, the whole time thinking about that. Another thing to consider when you're thinking about your outfits, will there be a place that you can go into and change? Or are you going to be in the back of your car trying to change? And that might, make you make a decision like, okay, this is a lot easier to change inside of a car, or I can just take this shirt off and switch shirts and it's really easy. So just another thing to consider when you're doing this. Go ahead and get, really prettied up. That sounds stupid. Go ahead and get your hair and makeup done. Both of you get haircuts. And, get makeup, do your nails. You want to look and feel as pretty as possible. And, I would also suggest using the person that you're going to use for the actual wedding. Now, it's not going to be the same thing because you're not doing the same styles and everything, but you're building a relationship with that person. You're starting to trust them. You're starting to learn how they do things. It's the same thing with the photographer and engagement sessions. You want to have that experience with them so you know each other and you know how things work. And the good thing about this is, when most people go and treat themselves, they feel really confident and they really feel better about the way they look, which equals better photos. Because when you feel better about yourself and you feel confident, it's going to show in the photos. Make sure you are overall comfortable. So this can go for a lot of different things, but if you really don't like hot weather, then don't do this during a hot time of year. If you really hate cold weather, don't do it during cold time. Make sure you have clothes that are going to fit with the temperature. So if it's going to be freezing, make sure you have some clothes that will help you not be freezing. Same thing like if it's really hot, you don't want to wear a bunch of something that's going to show sweat, and all of a sudden you're like got sweat everywhere and stains, and it's really gross. Just something to think about. If you are like going through the woods, or you're going through a creek, or just a lot of travel in general, think about your shoes. Are high heels a good choice for climbing a mountain? And one thing you can always do is have two different pairs of shoes, and the ladies do this a lot. They'll wear one pair while they're traveling, and then they'll switch it to a more comfortable, or switch it from the comfortable pair to the dressed up pair when it's time for the actual photos. We already talked a little bit about this, but, just making sure things aren't too tight or too loose. Because again, if you're trying to move around a lot and your clothes are either too tight or too loose, it can just kind of get in the way and make it hard for you to actually move around. Like, if you can't, it reminds me of is it Ralph? Not Ralphie, his little brother off of, The Christmas Story, when he's wearing like 7 layers of clothes and he can't put his arms down. You know what I'm talking about? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? They've seen that movie. His mom pushes him down and they keep coming up. Anyway, you don't want to look like that. Don't be that person. Like I said, a lot of people worry about posing and looking natural. And guys, you can go out and practice. You can read ways to look natural in your photos. And I've done videos on this. And, honestly, it really is the photographer's job. It's not your job to go learn and practice how to be a model, because you're not a model, right? The only thing I always ask girls, I'm like, okay, what's your good side? Which side do you like best? Because that'll make them feel more comfortable if I know that. And, the photographer should be able to pose you and make you feel comfortable and make you look natural. That's their job. So I would say when you're hiring a photographer, make sure you know they can do that. And then when the engagement session comes, just have fun, enjoy it, relax, interact with each other. And that's the biggest tip, you know. I mean, have fun and interact, and you will look natural, and you won't even have to worry about posing. Oh, the bling bling. So, you know, there will be a lot. So a lot of the photos are going to have, that's my ring hand, are going to have the ring exposed some way in the photo. And, you know, most of the time it's going to be so small in perspective of the photo that people aren't going to get to see it. But I always do like some kind of close-up shot of the ring, you know, of the ring. And you don't want it to look all gross in your photos. So, you know, get the ring cleaned is always a good suggestion. You can always get your nails done as well. And that's something girls worry about sometimes. But make sure it's nice and sparkly. Oh, my pets. I've got 2 dogs sitting on the floor right now, both sleeping, which I'm kind of glad because I don't want them jumping on me. But, you know, for most people, pets are like their children. They don't have children yet, so their dogs, their cats, their squirrels, monkeys, whatever, are kind of like their pets. And, you know, you don't want to leave out something important in your engagement photos. So, like, for example, if you had a kid, which some of you do, you would probably include your child in your engagement photos. So, you know, a lot of people will want to include their dog, their cat, their whatever in their engagement photos. But talk to your photographer first. Some photographers are extremely uncomfortable about that and are not good with handling pets, and so they won't do it. Me, bring it on. Cover me with puppies. I will just all day cover me with puppies. I will be so happy. If you do decide to bring along a pet, you know, bring someone to help, someone that can hold the animal while you are doing photos of just the 2 of you. Bring treats, bring water, bring a leash, bring toys, you know, anything that's going to help keep the animal controlled. And, you know, think about the location. Are there going to be 100 people around and 100 dogs? Are there a lot of loud noises? Things like that. And again, I've done a whole video on pets, so you might go back and watch that. Thinking about the location. Is there some place that has a special meaning to you guys, like where you had your first date, where you proposed, a place where you hung out all the time? That might be a good location. It might not. Talk to your photographer. Your photographer will know better, like, okay, this isn't going to work because, you know, it's a tiny little space, the lighting's bad, or, you know, does it fit your style, the style of what you're going for? Are there too many people there? You know, beautiful places attract a lot of people, and you don't want 100 people in the background of your photos. And a big question, are you even allowed to shoot there? I've made that mistake before where I went to a place thinking I could take photos and I wasn't even allowed. So make sure you are allowed to take photos in a certain place before you just assume. Okay, that's one of the things I'm dealing with right now on my St. Louis trip is I'm having to find out if these places, all these cool places, what we have to do to be allowed to shoot there. And again, talk to your photographer, ask for their options as well and their preferences. You know, if you're going to go to all this effort to do hair, makeup, clothing, you know, might as well make it a complete day, just a super fun day. So don't schedule anything else the entire day. You know, make it about the 2 of you the entire day if possible. And I know sometimes you have work, and depending on when your photographer schedules it, that may not be possible, but make it be more than just the engagement session. So if you guys can go out to lunch or go out to dinner or have some kind of activity or hang out together throughout the day, you know, just making it more about the 2 of you and make it a complete experience. You know, I know a lot of people that will like go out for ice cream or, you know, you go to the movies afterwards. It could be a ton of different things, but, you know, might as well make it a complete fun day for you guys. And last, and I've said this several times, guys, you got to trust your photographer for things. You know, there's a lot of things you have to do to think about who you're hiring, and hopefully by the time you hire your wedding photographer, you have complete trust in them. You trust them for everything. You know, I mean, hopefully you don't hire someone you don't trust. That would be, I don't know what that would be, but it'd be silly. They have experience. They do this all the time. I can't tell you how many engagement sessions I've shot in my life. probably like 1,000. I mean, it's probably getting up there, to be honest with you. And we know what works, we know what doesn't work, and we can give you advice and help you out. It's okay to offer input, but don't try and control everything. And on the other end, if we ask for your opinion, give us some kind of opinion. Don't just be like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. And always ask questions if you don't understand something or if you have concerns. Let's see if anyone had any questions about anything. I don't know. Give me a second. Yeah, my exposure is bright. That's my fault. I should have set it where it would adjust automatically. Rookie mistake. All right, does anyone have any questions? Other things that they're concerned about as far as engagement sessions go? Oh, hello. Hello, Ellie. This is Ellie. She's dirty. Hello, dirty Ellie. I don't know why she decided to come visit me all of a sudden towards the end of this. But yeah, here she is. All right, so I can't think of anything else related to engagement sessions, but I really do believe they're important. I think everyone should do an engagement session, and I honestly think it should be with your photographer you're hiring. So like even if you do an engagement session with one person and you choose not to hire them, I would go ahead and do, whoever you hire, I would go ahead and do an engagement session with them as well. It's all about like I mentioned with the hair or makeup person, building that rapport, building that trust, that experience with them so you know what they're like and you know what to expect. All right. Oh, this dog is making it very hard to concentrate, but she is super cute most of the time. Hello. And the bigger ones on the ground. Anyway, guys, I say this every time, but I really am here for you guys. I'm here to help you in any way I can. And I love it when people reach out and have questions about things so I can feel like I'm useful. But, your engagement session is supposed to be fun. And I keep forgetting to say this, but I want to start saying this all the time. Laugh, love, repeat. If you do that, guys, you will be perfectly fine. You'll be taken care of, and your photos are going to be gorgeous, and you'll have a great experience from your engagement session. If you guys need anything, you know how to get a hold of me. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.